Yesterday, Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, basically disinvited Donald Trump from giving the State of the Union in front of the House of Representatives, asking him to delay it or write a letter instead because of the government shutdown. Today, the White House and the president has responded, and they've issued their own letter, this one to Nancy Pelosi. I'll read it to you. Dear Madam Speaker, due to the shutdown, I am sorry to inform you that your trip to Brussels, Egypt, and Afghanistan has been postponed. We will reschedule the 7-day excursion when the shutdown is over. In light of the 800,000 great American workers not receiving pay, I am sure you would agree that postponing this public relations event is totally appropriate. I also feel that during this period, it would be better if you were in Washington negotiating with me and joining the strong border security movement to end the shutdown. Obviously, if you would like to make your journey by flying commercial, that would certainly be your prerogative. I look forward to seeing you soon, and even more forward to watching our open and dangerous southern border finally receive the attention, funding, and security it so desperately deserves. Sincerely, Donald Trump. So a tit for tat, it looks like. Interesting, because I don't remember seeing that Nancy Pelosi was traveling to any of these places. I wonder, and somebody will know this better than I will, if the president has just outed a secret trip, a classified trip that Nancy Pelosi was going to be making to Afghanistan. Kelly O'Donnell is at the White House. Kelly, we also have Democratic Congressman Dan Kildee of Michigan. I do want to get his take on it because he is the chief deputy whip. But Kelly, first to you, any idea that this was coming and what the impetus was?
Well, Katy, I've spoken with White House officials who say that this should be interpreted as a look at the calendar, that the next time when federal employees would miss a paycheck comes Tuesday at midnight. They say that the speaker had a planned trip, what's known in Washington as a CODEL, a congressional delegation trip out of the country for a period of days that would cover that time frame. From the White House point of view, that means if the Speaker of the House is out of the country, there's no chance at getting a resolution to the shutdown and no chance that legislation could be passed through the House, the Senate, and then onto the president's desk. So the president controls military aircraft, and military aircraft are used for these kinds of delegation trips. Also, the Speaker of the House can make she can use military aircraft in her role because she's a constitutional officer, second in line to the presidency. So this is the president, in effect, pulling the trip in order to guarantee the presence of the Speaker of the House in Washington, with the hope that they can continue to negotiate. If we saw a power move from the Speaker to pull the plug on the State of the Union for January 29th, here's the counterpunch that we've been waiting for, not directly involved with the State of the Union, but another way to use the tools of power in Washington in different ways to try to compel some sort of negotiation. The frustration here at the White House among the people who've been working on behalf of the negotiating team is that there hasn't been any negotiating. Democrats, of course, say no wall. The White House says wall, and here we are. So this is highly unusual, Kelly, to have resources pulled from a Speaker of the House.
Did we know when this trip was?
Not publicly, but congressional delegation trips happen regularly, and the Speaker often takes them, and they're typically bipartisan, including members from, differing groups. Sometimes it's Senate and House, and the trip itself is typically not classified. There's usually public events that go around it, but I don't know the exact itinerary and if there are any classified elements to this. But it is routine for members of Congress, especially during federal holidays. And Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So this is a typical kind of thing, highly unusual to pull the aircraft.
I think I didn't quite mean classified. I meant you don't usually announce you're going to Afghanistan when you're a lawmaker until you get there.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.